talk about the emergency first responders all the time. They're not the only ones trying to help people impacted by the winds and the rain from Tropical Storm Florence. You have volunteer groups out there as well and doing their part, just trying to lend a helping hand. And we're joined now on the telephone by Major Todd Hawks, General Secretary of the Salvation Army's Carolina Division. His organization also gave aid to Florida last year after Hurricane Irma. All right, Major Hawks, thank you very much for calling in. We appreciate it. Tell us what the plan is for this Saturday as it unfolds. So what are you guys going to be able to get out and do?
Thank you. We've been monitoring the storm since Monday, September 10th, and we have over 50 feeding kitchens from around the country stationed along the coast, ready to serve the impacted communities. We've been monitoring from Elizabeth City all the way down to Beaufort, South Carolina. So we have feeding units that have been serving emergency management officials, first responders, and evacuees early on in the storm. So we do have fixed feeding sites already positioned right along the coastal communities, and we're looking for those gaps in the weather, as we've been talking about this morning, so that we may be able to get additional feeding units in over the next few hours and the next day or so. But we're poised to have as many as 50 units there immediately. Those 50 units will serve about 80,000 meals a day.
Major, you know, when we see storms like this, a lot of people from across the country say, how can I help? What can I do? At this point in the storm that is still ongoing, by the way, is there anything that people can do? And what are you most in need of right now?
Well, initially, we would need monetary donations so that we can purchase and get the supplies we need and place those supplies where we need them most. So I would encourage folks to make monetary donations through our website, which is helpsalvationarmy.org, or by phone at 1-800-SAL-ARMY. But just help us at this point in time by providing monetary donations and praying for those who are serving the victims as well as the first responders and with emotional and spiritual care.
That's good, because a lot of people that are watching coverage like this often wonder that. They often wonder how they can help, and now they have a couple of ways to do it. Do you think about redeploying some of your own resources, Major Hawks, that you talked to us a moment ago about setting up? Just as a point of reference, we had the fire chief on from Charleston, South Carolina in the last hour. You know, and he was telling us that they were able to avoid the worst of it, and he was obviously thankful for that. But the forecasts had said that this storm might hit Charleston pretty hard. It did not. It hit other areas maybe a little bit harder than expected. Are you guys flexible enough to be able to get your resources moved from one area to another?
Yes. Initially, I'll give you Charleston as an example. We pre-staged in order to assist emergency management officials and evacuees, which are partnerships that are in place prior to storms, and then we're able to move those resources up the coast if necessary, and that's what we're doing right now. We are looking at the communities along the North Carolina coast, the South Carolina coast, and prioritizing where we would bring in the food kitchens and the assets and the personnel over the next few hours and the next few days.
How difficult, though, to move on those roads?
Well, the greatest challenge will be navigating the floodwaters to service the communities. So we're looking for those gaps where we can send units in as soon as possible. But we hope by Sunday, Monday, to be able to have most of our units in place once the rain subsides, and we'll have a better idea of how to navigate those floodwaters.
All right. We wish you and your crews, all your volunteers, all the best. Thanks for calling in today.
Thank you, sir.